2 months ago, I introduced a new stock in my Canadian growth stock portfolio, and that stock goes by the name of MCI Onehealth Technologies. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a bit of a deeper dive on this company and share with you guys why I'm super excited about this investment, although the stock price has tanked from $5 all the way down to around $3.20 as of when I'm filming this video. When the price falls, as an investor, you're getting in at a lower price, meaning a little bit less risk. Versus if you were to buy a stock trading at a premium and when it's on an uptrend, then you're taking on a little bit more risk, assuming that the company will perform in the future. If you guys are new here, my name is Daniel, and here on this channel, we talk about stock market investing. And I typically focus on Canadian growth stocks as well as some other dividend stocks here and there. If you guys are interested in that, consider subscribing down below. And just so you guys know, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, but a bit more on that later on in this video. So just so you know what I'll be talking about, first I'm going to go over the business, essentially how they make money. Then I'll talk about some future growth opportunities. And lastly, I'll follow up with some risks with this company that you must consider if you're planning to invest in them. So starting off with how the business actually makes its money. Currently, the revenue streams, I would break them down into two main segments. The first one makes up the majority of the revenue, and that's a clinic side. So MCI Onehealth has been operating clinics for over 30 years, and they have 25 clinics in total. 20 of them are in Toronto, Ontario, and the remaining 5 are in Calgary. These clinics see about 850,000 patients a year, which is what they recorded in 2020. In 2020, the clinic revenue, which is reported under the Public Insured Health Services, was around $34.4 million, which is a decrease from the $43.3 million they recognized in 2019. The explanation is that reduced total patient volumes due to COVID-19, as well as temporary closure of a clinic, impacted the revenues compared to fiscal 2019. So it's understandable as investors that this year of COVID-19 is an anomaly, and likely that took a huge hit on the clinic side revenue. For 2021 and 2022, I expect the clinic side revenue to pick up dramatically to reach around 2019 levels. On average, clinic side revenue grows around 3% to 5% a year, so this isn't what I'm super excited about for the business. Now moving on to the next segment of revenue, which has actually been growing in triple digits from 2019 to 2020. And this is a corporate health services revenue segment. So essentially what this is MCI Onehealth will be contracted by corporations to perform certain health checks on their employees. Things like COVID-19 tests, as well as vision checks for pilots. These are two examples of services MCI Onehealth provides for corporations. In 2019, we can see that they had corporate health service revenues of $1.4 million. In 2020, that grew by over 100%, 140 to be exact, to $3.4 million. You'll also notice they have another line here that says other health services. And these are primarily revenues from referrals to other clinics. And the company is reporting that corporations are coming towards them. They're not actually having to go out there and send salespeople to sell these services. The new contracts are just a matter of how fast they can actually service the demand out there. So for me as an investor, this is a good sign for the business that this revenue segment is growing drastically. This side of the business is more exciting to me because it's a higher margin business as well as it's growing rapidly right now. There will be a third segment of revenue that will probably start showing up in the next couple of quarters, at least by the end of 2021. And this is their data services. So essentially MCI Onehealth, because they've operated clinics for over 30 years, they have a ton of healthcare data from their patients. And obviously this data is going to be used in an anonymous fashion so that it can't be connected to a single person. The corporation's able to use this data, surf through it, and filter out for a certain type of person that may be prone to certain types of special diseases. And you might be wondering, why am I so excited about this? And that's because I believe this data analytics business is actually going to be the AWS to MCI Onehealth. Essentially, they have to collect this data once, put it into some sort of dashboard, and let the algorithms continue to search the data in order to get more conclusive results. And with this data, if they put it in a nice graphical format that informs customers like medtech or health research companies, then these companies are willing to pay big bucks to access their data platform. My guess as to how this platform will work in terms of revenue generation is there will be a base fee that clients pay, and then it's going to be a pay per use. So every time the client searches up data or maybe pulls some sort of useful insight, they pay for that. The contract size, I estimate, is anywhere from 4 figures to 6 figures. And if on the clinical side, MCI Onehealth decides to acquire larger clinics and gather even more data, possibly we could see contracts equal up to 7 figures for especially those large health tech companies out there. Data services are an exciting part of MCI Onehealth's technology roadmap. However, there's more to it, which I'll go into right now. If you haven't seen MCI Onehealth's investor presentation, you should definitely go check it out. This is a key slide right here, which is their technology roadmap. First step is the clinical services and operations. They're focusing on getting more insights from gathering data in the clinical operations and supercharging it with technology. The revenue drivers for this are virtual care, which is essentially telemedicine, technology acquisitions, digital services, and MCI Plus subscriptions. The second part is the data foundation, which I talked about earlier. And this is data structuring and basically having a platform called BrightOS. This is going to allow them to get more revenues from structured data sales, so basically generating data in some sort of readable fashion, because ultimately it doesn't matter how much data you have unless you can actually drive insights from that data. So BrightOS is going to have a good interface to allow these big pharma companies or medtech companies to go in there and gather the insights. Otherwise, it's worthless. They have a data marketplace, they have further data aggregation, and clinical trial initiatives. The third step to their whole roadmap is advanced technologies. So this is training their system with structured data and ML and AI technologies. So this is probably further improving on their data platform and driving even further insights using ML and AI technologies. So again, this is going to lead to more revenue from structured data sales, as well as data insight technology and technology licensing and commercialization. So this might be licensing their AI technology to other firms who have EMRs to be able to surf their data. Then step 4 is precision medicine. So this is cutting edge diagnostics, precision and custom therapeutics. So the revenue drivers for this are precision medicine tech. So this is probably selling private medicine for things that are not covered by the government. They also have novel therapeutics, which are also high margin. These are for basically the upper class. They have AI technologies as well as precision medical therapies. So these are probably more targeted therapies for more specific things, maybe things like regenerative healthcare. Number 5, they have their research and development. So this is internal R&D in collaboration with academic institutions. So with all the data they have, they can collaborate with academic institutions to do more research in order to gather even more insights and try to find more high margin ways to make money in the health industry in Canada. So the revenue drivers here are IP, which they can license out for a fee to other companies, as well as technology licensing and commercialization. Now diving into today's sponsor. So currently I use Skillshare to brush up on some of my skills in terms of content creation. I've also posted a few courses, and if you want, they're linked in the description down below. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including design, photography, freelancing, and even finance. Classes on Skillshare include a combination of video lessons as well as a class project to help solidify the concepts that you learned. Members get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes, and most classes are under 60 minutes long. They're ad-free, and best of all, they get straight to the point. The cost of Skillshare is under $10 if you're in the States, and for Canadians, it's $11.75 per month if you do an annual subscription. Now, if you go down below and click on the link, the first 1,000 people who sign up with the link today will get a free trial of the premium membership so you can explore your creativity. MCI has put out some recent news in terms of acquisitions and partnerships that have shown they're actively working on building out this data platform. The first acquisition that they've done was for Khure Health. Khure's powerful clinical intelligence platform enables physicians to manage rare and complex disease patients, accelerating diagnosis from an average of 4 years to months. Khure's platform is one of North America's broadest suite of rare disease screening tools that leverages precision medicine, deep clinical analytics, and machine learning and AI. The acquisition of Khure's high-growth, profitable business will accelerate MCI's roadmap to becoming Canada's leader in technology-enabled healthcare. Key thing here is Khure is a profitable business already. Other statements from the company include Khure will enable MCI to accelerate its data analytics roadmap through its continued work with leading pharmaceutical and medical device companies in North America, Europe, and Japan. Khure is actively working with and/or has rare and specialty disease programs in development with top 10 pharma and international disease associations. So Khure already has the in with top 10 pharma companies around the world. So having that in for MCI Onehealth when they're trying to sell their data as well is going to be pretty big in my opinion. MCI Onehealth has also made another investment into a smaller company called Acorn Biolabs. Acorn Biolabs offers people a non-invasive way to extract stem cells, and for a monthly fee, Acorn Biolabs will store those stem cells for you. On top of this, they provide live cell analytics. And with these analytics, of course, it's more data gathering in order to figure out if there's any sort of diseases that specific person may be prone to down the road. And when patients are given this sort of insight, this will help them adjust their lifestyle in order to prevent these diseases, or at least the effects of them, from hitting them harder down the road. So based off the way that MCI Onehealth is going towards right now and the news that they've been releasing, it looks like they're more trying to tackle preventative healthcare in the future. So I think this is a huge market because this is also going to be marketed to people as it will extend their lifetime. And in the day and age that we live in right now, everyone's trying to crack the secret of anti-aging. Of course, I don't think we'll ever crack it, but I think we can do things to help prolong our lives and live healthier lives. Now, turning over to the risks for this company. The first risk that I see is the fact that they're going down a data route. They need to have top-notch data security, especially because this is healthcare data. If any of this leaks, this could have detrimental effects on the company and possibly even sinking it. Healthcare data is one of the most private things that people can have right now in this day and age, and every time there's some sort of breach in this, it's a big deal. The second risk is that we don't actually have any numbers on the data side of the business. So right now, this is all speculation as to what they could be getting in terms of revenue in the future. So because this business is not proven in, if you're a value investor, it might be good to apply some sort of safety factor onto what you think this business could generate down in the future. If you believe this could be a $200 million business in the future, maybe discount that by half to give you a margin of safety. The last risk out there is that currently I haven't searched every single company in Canada to see what the competitive landscape is like. It's possible that there could be businesses out there that have more data than MCI Onehealth, and maybe customers are looking for a one-stop shop instead of looking for multiple clinics. I'm not an expert in the whole healthcare data analytics space, but these are just some of the risks to consider if you're going into MCI Onehealth and banking that they're going to hit it out of the park with the data business. If they were just a clinic company and they weren't going to innovate beyond that, then personally I think their valuation is over the top right now. But the fact that they're focusing on technology, this is why I believe that they're trading at a slight premium, but maybe not as a high of a multiple compared to other companies out there like CloudMD or Teladoc or even Well Health Technologies. The final thing I want to leave you guys with in this video is that you should definitely do your own due diligence on this company. I'm not a financial advisor and I've only done so much research that I could do. Obviously, there's definitely a lot more facets to this business than I can cover in this video. So check out different parts of the business, read their annual reports so you get a good idea of what this company does before you make an investment into them, if you choose to at least. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this overview of MCI Onehealth, then leave a like down below. If you guys want to check out my 2 previous videos on my growth stock portfolio, check them out right here. I reveal everything that I have in that portfolio as of the time of filming them. If you're there, I'll see you there. If not, keep up the grind and have a great day.